And so as you know, I moved up to this big house in the mountains. And when I got to this big house, 2,800 square feet house in the mountains, that's the house where I got divorced. And I lived in that house. And when I lived there with my wife and kids, my wife liked the walls white. She loved the walls all white. She felt like it felt clean to her. And so that was important. And when everybody moved out, I looked at this house all white that my family had lived in, and I thought, I got to do something to this house. It doesn't feel like my house. It feels like the house my family lived in. So I thought, I'm going to paint the walls. I'm going to paint this house. Now, I never told you this about my house, but my house is kind of like a mountain lodge in that it's wide open. Like every room leads from one room to the next. There's no hallways in my house. There's not a hallway, which I know sounds crazy, but the kitchen leads into the living room, which leads to a vaulted ceiling, which is about 25 or 30 feet high, which leads into a bedroom on the main floor. So it's all connected. No separations. So painting this house, many colors, is impossible. And so I went down to Home Depot, and I said to the woman at the paint counter, she was kind of like a frustrated interior design person. And I said to her, so I live in this house that doesn't have any hallways, and all the walls are connected, and I'd like to paint it multiple colors, and the kitchen's the back wall, and I'd like to paint the kitchen. And she says, what color are you thinking? And I said, and this is about, 10 years ago now, I said, I'd like to paint it like deep maroon red. Like that really, really deep, kind of dark red color. She says, that's a great color. Like her eyes lit up. She was so happy. I'm like, okay, yeah. I said, but here's the problem. I can't paint the whole house red. I mean, red, like the red I'm thinking. No way. And she says, no, I'll tell you what. Paint one wall red. Just pick a wall and paint it red. And so I said to her, okay, then what? And she says, well, after you do that, I want you to just sit and listen to the walls. I said, excuse me? She said, I want you to paint it red and then listen to the walls. I said, well, I'm a psychologist. Would you like a card? She says, trust me. So I went home, kind of excited, because I kind of like painting, because it's like one of those jobs you can do fast and see results. It's kind of a cool job for me. So I went home and I primed it kind of this pink color. She said prime it pink so the red doesn't soak right in. Now they have paint that you can just do in one coat. Anyhow, so I painted it pink. It was horrible. And then I got the red on after it dried, same day. And I sat in my living room because I can see the kitchen from the living room, and I looked at the walls. And I stared at the walls, because I thought, what the hell? What the hell, right? I should listen to this woman. And I tried to listen to the walls. And I was like, you're fucking crazy, Mark. And the wall spoke to me. The wall said, light brown. And so I went back to the woman the next day. I said, that shit is amazing. I did what you said. She said, what did the wall say? I said, they said light brown. And she says, taupe. I said, okay. What the hell, taupe? And so she gets this taupey color. I didn't know what taupe was. I'm a guy. And I go home and I painted the next wall taupe. And I went back in to see her and I said, I don't want my whole house to be brown. And she said, it's taupe. What do I do? And she says, one of those numbers. She goes like, I said, are you shitting me? She says, no. Listen to the walls. And so I went home, probably smoked a bowl, and sat down. I'm just joking about the marijuana shit I say, okay? God. And I heard them. They said darker brown. And so I went in. And I said, this is amazing. These walls talk to me. And she says, what did they say? And I said, darker brown. And she said, classic taupe. And the house looked great. And so when you're lost in the woods, like I was after my marriage ended, when I was alone in my house, when you're lost in the woods, the last thing you should do is run. When you're lost in the woods, you don't run. You listen to the walls. And so as I throw at you this last chance I have to teach you anything, you're going to get lost. You're going to get lost, okay? When you do, you listen to the walls, okay? Because there's signals out there teaching us all kinds of shit. And we're so busy leaning on the left side of our brain that we lose the right side of our brain.